Action continues on the fourth and final day of competition for the individuals here at the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games. Second and final heat for the men in test 11 of 12. Ready to take the floor. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram. Mike Arsenault is down on the competition floor. 1 day ago, we were in a much different situation than we were right now.
Man, yesterday was wild. Roman came into the day with a 100-point lead, but Jeffrey Adler, second in a 5K, fourth in the total, and then comes out this morning and just puts it down, getting first place and a 2-point lead to come into the Coliseum.
But things went from bad to worse for Roman Khennikov. Keep an eye on his right foot. He came down awkwardly, his left foot, and was able to hoist that bag up, but that awkward landing, and Roman Khennikov was in not a good place right now. A broken foot is what we're hearing.
And we're hearing a broken, maybe fifth metatarsal. You can see the ice pack on his left foot, and just a look on his face. And the question is he going to give it a go? Can he give it a go? 2 points behind Jeffrey Adler for the lead. Fellner now sitting in a podium position with Chandler Smith nipping at his heels.
Well, Khenikov does have a very big cushion as far as a podium position is concerned. But for more on him, let's go down to Mike Arsenault.
Thank you very much, Sean. CrossFit athletes are tough, but this is taking it to another level. Roman Khennikov just entered the Coliseum floor, and he's limping. I saw him during the athlete briefing, and he could barely put any weight on his left foot. It was so heavily taped, he couldn't get a shoe on. He's wearing a lifter to give himself a little bit more support. Parallel bars won't be an issue. The double unders, honestly, there's a chance, guys, he might have to try and do these single-legged.
Test 11 is the parallel bar pull.
8 rounds for time, down and back on the P-bars with a traverse or a pirouette at the end. 30 heavy double unders, and then a 15 length section of that 345-pound sled.
10 men will be on the floor here. Roman Khennikov, he'll be in lane number 6. Your overall leader is Jeff Adler. He is just up by 2 points on Khenikov. And Pat Vellner in lane 4 on the podium now, and trying to stay there and wind up with a bronze medal.
2 Canadians side by side. And Adler said is that he needed Pat to help him get some separation between him and Roman in the previous test.
And there's the left foot of Roman Khennikov wearing the lifter. We'll see how he can get through this. 8 minutes, 30.61 seconds is the time to beat. Brent Fikowski's going to be the first man to the 30 double unders. There's 32 reps per round, 8 rounds total for 256 scored reps. So Roman Khennikov in the middle is going to be able to do this on 1 foot.
Some of the loudest cheers we've had all weekend, Sean.
Khenikov is, again, the good news for him. He has a 150-point cushion as far as staying on the podium is concerned. So if he can just do some damage control here, finish these tests, he still has a chance. Brent Fikowski, though, is your leader right now.
Now here's the thing coming into this, Sean, is that Brent Fikowski still has an opportunity to maybe put himself on the podium again. He's having a great weekend so far, but when you look at a test like this, we've got heavy sled pulls, we've got heavy double unders. Brent Fikowski won the last test at the CrossFit Games that had both of these things. He had one of the fastest test ones from semifinals across the world with a heavier, harder sled pull. So Brent Fikowski is one of those sleepers in this test that could take it and move himself into a podium position.
Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson on the right side of the screen, he's also dealing with an injury. His back has been bothering him all weekend long. And Gudmundsson, right now, is 7th overall.
Well, he took 10th in the previous test this morning after basically getting dead last in the total last night.
Recipe for success is delivered by Trifecta. What are you watching for here?
This is a hot tub pump session if I've ever seen one. You've got double unders, you've got P-bars, you've got the pull. It's just taxing everything that has already been smoked for these athletes. But the long rope is the hardest pull that you're gonna have. So you gotta make sure is that you focus on that first and fifth one.
Well, Roman Khennikov is still on his first round of double unders. And he's able to get through it.
And I think for Roman is, you're going to take last in this test. Don't offset that by maybe making your good foot worse by too much work here. Keep doing the work, keep trying, get last place here. We've got a different style test coming in this final event, so get yourself to the next test to close things out.
Brent Fikowski and Khenikov are currently battling for the lead here in this second and final heat. Fikowski on the right, along with Gudmundsson, who's in third. Khenikov is on the left, who sits in second place right now. Pat Felder and Dallin Pepper rounding out the top five. Felder trying to give himself some breathing room as far as the spot on the podium is concerned.
You're looking at time to beat, Sean, and it's 8 minutes and 30 seconds set by Lazar Jukic in the previous heat. There's 8 total rounds in this. That is less than 1 minute and 4 seconds per round to get that best time. And what does that mean? That means precision. You cannot have a mistake here. You can't stumble on the P-bars. You can't break on the ropes. You can't get your rope tangled up in the sled. There is no room for error in this test.
But Brent Fikowski is going to be the first man to hook up his second 345-pound sled. Khenikov going to beat him down the floor. And Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson, his 10th straight appearance here at the CrossFit Games. He has not finished outside the top 10 since his rookie year in 2014. And despite being banged up, it looks like that streak might continue.
Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson, I mean, we had heavy sandbags this morning, Sean, so whatever he's dealing with, he is dealing with it like a champ. But this fifth round, Sean, this is going to be the hardest sled pull of the entire set. The reason being is that that sled is back off of these white lanes. You can see the white lane that these athletes are in. That's a much slicker surface than the black rubber that it is. And this is the longest length of rope they have. So it's not much, but a big start can get them a big lead going into the rest of that pull. Look how fast Fikowski's sled moved once he hit the white.
Brent Fikowski in the lead right now, ahead of Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson on this pull. Khenikov just about done too. Man who won the opening test of the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games, third time I should say in his career he has won the first test of the games. It's Brent Fikowski in the lead now. He's already back to his double unders.
And there's so many transitions in this test. Where do I put the rope when I'm done? Do I get the rope off my platform? How much time do I spend doing that? How do I lay my rope down after I'm done with double unders? All these little meticulous little transitions that plays to no one better than someone like Brent Fikowski.
Chandler Smith is trying to hold off Brent Fikowski right now. Smith sits in 4th place. He's only 47 points up on Fikowski.
And with the number of athletes we have now in these 20-person heats, place differences mean a lot more points between the athletes.
And Brent Fikowski just cleared that red line, and he's on the left side of your screen, upper portion. Now back to the parallel bars. 256 total scored repetitions here. Fikowski has 2 more pulls to go.
And look how close it is, still with him and BKG. It's a matter of seconds, and now we're getting into the pressure rounds. Round 7, round 8, no misses.
We'll send it down to Mike Arsenault.
I had a chance to catch up with BKG before test number 10, and the issue is he actually has an injured psoas muscle, which runs along his hip, and that's giving him referral pain in his back. It started at semifinals. He wasn't able to lift heavy whatsoever until 10 days before the games. Unfortunately, he had a flare-up before test 9 last night. The Olympic total feels much better today, and we're seeing that play out here on the competition floor.
Pat Felder currently sits in 3rd place in this heat. Felder in 3rd place overall. He's 111 points back of Adler for the top spot in the overall standings, but he's only 4 ahead of Chandler Smith.
And we saw this in the previous heat coming into the final round. As you see Brent Fikowski, top part of your screen, still in the lead, is at making sure the rope isn't dragging over the top plates of your sled. If you look at Fikowski's currently, it is laying on top of the plates. We saw in the previous heat, Will Morad, his rope got stuck and actually couldn't pull the sled to the plate itself.
8:30.61 seconds. That's your time to beat from Lazar Jukic in heat number 1. And here goes Fikowski looking to demolish that.
Fikowski using his length, leaning forward, leaning back, letting his body do the pull.
And Fikowski's done. One final parallel bar traverse, trying to get the crowd behind him as Brent Fikowski will win test 11. Pat Vellner is second. And now Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson looks to be the third man across. He got a no rep. He had to restart. Now Jona Koski is trying to track him down. Koski at the far end is going to get in ahead of Gudmundsson. But Dallin Pepper is done. And he is in. And Jeff Adler's still out there. So Pat Vellner is looking to carve a significant amount of points off Jeff Adler's lead here. Adler is through. And now Jeff Adler is across.
Now let's talk about the race for the podium. And Chandler Smith is still out on the floor, and he had a 47-point lead on Brent Fikowski. Brent Fikowski just took the test win. So we may see Fikowski leapfrog an inch closer to that podium position.
Well, Adler's going to take 7th. And he was the last man to finish. The yellow host is getting ready to finish up.
Sean Chandler has a whole another round to go. This is his 8th round.
Bailey Martin came across. He finished 11th in the test, and now Hosta is in. That leaves Chandler Smith and Roman Khennikov, the only 2 men left on the floor here. Chandler Smith on his final pull, as Roman Khennikov is on his 3rd of those 8 rounds, just trying to gut through this thing. Smith is across. And now we will have to wait and see how many points he's going to surrender to not only Pat Vellner, but now Brent Fikowski. And here comes the crowd behind Roman Khennikov.
I applaud the effort. Just be careful. You have another test to go.
On the right side is Roman Khennikov's translator.
The crowd chanting Roman. There he goes, Roman putting on a show, one leg and all.
Jeff Adler, who has been competing with Roman Khennikov this entire competition, out there trying to help Roman through this. There's 3 minutes left for Roman. And as you mentioned, Chase, he has another test to go here.
Well, yeah, it's inspirational that this is. I'm glad he's trying, but he's in there already smacking his calf. Like, let's not make a bad situation worse. You've done plenty of work to move on to the next test.
And now Adler trying to get the crowd behind Roman Khennikov, and now he will move to the pull for the 4th time.
I hope people know that he's still halfway too. But man.
Roman being saluted by competition director Adrian Bosman on the left side of your screen. One minute before we hit the time count. We have had a lot of emotional moments here inside the Coliseum, and this one is right up there with the ones that we have seen play out here at the Alliance Center.
Fikowski coming in, needed to make a move. Down there on the leaderboard. Can't think of a better test to come up for Brent Fikowski and bank 100 points to his total, but he needed some help. Overall, he was behind Chandler Smith for that 4th place position by about 47 points. But you have Roman Khennikov, who's basically been leading in the white jersey all week long. And when you think about what these athletes sacrifice and have to go through, what they choose to do, put their lives on hold and make this their entire life to be here, how long it took Rowan to finally get to the CrossFit Games last year.
Let's go down to Mike Arsenault with Roman Khennikov.
Roman, this is one of the most emotional moments I've ever seen on the Coliseum floor at the CrossFit Games. What was it like coming out here with your injured foot and having the crowd behind you, your competitors behind you, as you approach the last part of that test all by yourself on the floor?
Просто хочу быть героем для своего сына, чтобы он посмотрел.
He wants to be a hero for his son. He just wants him to see him fight till the end.
Just one last question for you here, Roman. Where do you summon the strength to come out here and put a performance like that with one test to go on an injured foot when you can barely walk, you're hobbling in the warm-up area?
Ну, я работал на протяжении многих месяцев, чтобы подготовиться к играм. Считаю, глупо будет сдаться. Если у меня одна нога работает, я продолжаю работать. Могу выполнять на одной, буду выполнять на одной. Все ради фанатов.
He's been working really hard for months, and he thinks it would be very silly to stop now. He can do things on his one leg, then he'll continuously doing it in one leg. Everything for you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Roman. Okay, Brent, I'm not sure how we're supposed to follow that up, but test number 11, 100 points. That's the 8th test win of your career, tied for 3rd all-time in the men's division. You're a veteran in this sport, and you continue to put up great performances deep into the competition. How are you still able to do that this far in your career?
Oh, I think whenever I'm training alone in my garage, or I'm in an affiliate, or I'm here, I just try to give my best. It sounds corny, but you know, it was hard even back there. I mean, I got to meet Roman, compete against him for the first time in 2019, and he just has the courage of, you know, 10 men. And so it was hard for all of us, I think, kind of warming up. Not sure if he was going to take the floor, knowing he deserves, you know, a top spot this weekend. But I'm just trying to focus still, like I do every year, on my own performance. And, you know, yeah.
Thank you very much, Brent. 100 points here on test number 11. We'll see you for one more later today.
Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks.
Thought I was going to get through a CrossFit Games without crying. Didn't happen. Brent Fikowski, 100 points. Patrick Vellner's going to earn 95, and the two of them pick up a gigantic amount of points on Chandler Smith as Vellner looks to move into 2nd place overall. Brent Fikowski looking to move in to 3rd. Roman Khennikov, though, steals the show. One test remains here at the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games.